Hi, welcome to the third video for Carats and Cents. My name is Adeel. Today we're going to be talking about the second C, which is color. We talked about cut previously, so we're going to make this one equally as short. Alright, so and by color I mean of a round, brilliant yellow or brown diamond. Those are what the natural color of a diamond is for the most part. Now, there are other very natural colors, blue, green, red, and so forth. We term them as fancy colors, and they're graded as such. They're graded differently than round, brilliant diamonds. So today we're going to talk about your D to Z scale that the GIA has implemented. So when you talk about color, again, yellow or brown, so D, and they don't start with A because to avoid confusion. So D, E, F, considered colorless, okay? G, H, I, near colorless. Anything after that, you're going to start to see a faint color all the way down to Z, where you'll have pretty heavy color in there. And by heavy, I mean either the tone, the saturation, or the tone or the saturation is high on the yellow or the brown diamond. After this come the fancy colors. So you've got, after Z, if you have, your canary color diamond or whatever, those would come into the fancy colors. They would cross the Z scale from a color standpoint. So the rarer the diamond, the higher on the colorless scale it's going to go. So a D diamond is fairly rare. I mean, the diamonds are rare as it is. I think the youngest diamond they found is like 500 million years old. To find a D colorless diamond is equally rare. So D, E, and F are good. I think in our business, if someone says they don't want to see any color, I think we don't go anything below H. Essentially H and above, you're going to struggle to see any yellow in there or brown. Anything I, J, K, now you're looking at, you can see faint hints of color, and then obviously after that you'll see the color in there. So again, this is sort of a personal preference for the most part. When we talk about color on a diamond report, they'll give you the same scale and they'll say, okay, this is a G. Essentially, just remember, the rarer it is, the more expensive the diamond gets. So it's rare to find a D colorless diamond. So obviously it's going to cost that much more. So you have to sort of see on a personal standpoint of if you have a diamond, and depending on the mounting, you look at it and you see color, is that really going to bother you? Is that something you really This is where a lot of adjustment happens from a budget standpoint. If you want to go down a notch or two in color, that's usually where it happens. But again, if you don't want to see any color, pretty much don't go lower than an H, maybe an I, depending. And I will say that there are several laboratories that grade color slightly differently. GIA is what I will use because I was trained by the GIA, but they are a nonprofit organization. They do grade color very stringently, but it's accurate. They created the system, so in our business, that's what we go by when we ask somebody what the color of a diamond is. I'll ask them, is it a GIA G or is it just a G? And I want to know how a GIA would grade it, and they'll tell you and I say that because most of our clientele is jewelers themselves for the most part. So we supply a lot of jewelry houses. So that's your video on color. It's pretty clear cut. D is rare, Z is pretty common. After Z comes the fancy colors, and obviously fancy, I think in all the diamonds in the world, if you take every diamond found in a year, they'll find one green one and one orange one for the most part. So those colors are really rare. And they still don't quite know why a green diamond is green, whether it's a chemical composition that makes it green. They're still working on that. They know it has something to do with radiation, but in any case, it's pretty rare to find color diamonds. The more common color diamonds are your yellows, your chocolates, your champagne color diamonds. Those are fairly common fancy color diamonds if you're looking for a different option. Alright, so that's the color in a nutshell. The next video is on carat size, and like I said, we'll try and cover this all in 15 minutes. Take care.